Miriam Catherine Kiefer Weseman, and I was born in 19.
You want to let them to say who they are?
All right.
Well, go ahead, Father.
Sure. My name is Father Edward Nemeth.
No problem.
It's okay. Father's talking.
Oh,
Hi.
okay.
I'm Father Nemeth. I'm the pastor of St. Genevieve, and I'm also the president of Valley Catholic Schools.
Glad to know you, Father.
Pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, and my name is Kim Drury, and I help out with communications and and reaching out to alumni for Valley Schools. So we received your letter.
Sorry, I didn't hear
She
you.
said she works with Valley and they received your letter.
Oh, I
So-
see. Oh, okay. All right. Yes, I was just curious to know if anybody was still around with my age. And I understand Alice Karen is a survivor.
Yes, she lives, I bet 30, 45 minutes from you. She lives in St. Anne, Missouri.
She lives in St. Anne.
Oh, yeah, I believe she's lived there for quite some time. I used to keep up with her, but we lost track for a long time. But can you talk louder?
Is it possible for you guys to talk louder?
Sure, we can.
Okay, she struggles with that, so.
No problem. Father's got some questions. I know these are the questions that we emailed that he was going to ask, and I am recording this too. I know, Robbie, you had asked if we could do that, and I can send it to you.
Thank you.
Sure.
Father's going to ask you some questions and I'll help with that, okay?
Okay, because I have a hard time understanding
Okay.
sometimes.
Sure. So, Miriam, one of the things, we have a lot of questions about what it was like to be at Valley in the 1930s, especially right after it opened. So one of the questions we have is, did you guys wear uniforms every day to school?
Yes, we had uniforms. We had to wear blue pleated skirts and white blouses
And a
and a beanie. We had to have
Okay.
that beanie because we wore that to church.
Okay.
Go to mass or anything inside the church, we put the beanie on. So.
We have in our office, someone gave us one of those blue beanies, and it's sitting in my office.
So you know about them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Did you have any nuns or priests as your teachers?
nuns or priests as your teachers.
Oh, well, Father Van was our pastor at that time, and he occasionally went to the school. But I think we had an associate, and I believe was Father Wimpy, but I'm not positive of that. But he would come over probably once a week and ask questions of all the four classes, the four grades would be assembled in one room, and that's when Father would ask the questions, and some of us answered it, some of us didn't. So it's like all kids.
And what about nuns?
Oh, we had
Nuns as teachers.
okay, the Sisters of St. Joseph of Condolet was our teachers, and we had mostly sisters for teaching, but there were, I think, a few lay people due to either their type of what shall I say, their type of
Their specialty,
yeah, well, yes,
the classes.
yeah, like the boys took
Woodworking or
Mhm.
woodworking.
and that kind of stuff. So, it really, I guess we didn't have too much extra on that. I mean, so
Can you tell me what Father Van was like? I've learned a lot about him since he's my predecessor, and he's kind of a legend. He was pastor for 47 years. What was Father Van like?
well, he was quite a stern man, and when you heard him, you could be outside of church and you would hear his sermons. And his full name was Father Van Turnhout, but we never referred to him as that. We just called him Father Van, and that's really all I knew about him. I mean, we didn't concern ourselves with touring out. That was a little bit much. So.
What was your favorite class when you were in high school? Your favorite class?
Your favorite class in high school? What was your favorite class?
Oh, my favorite. I guess the literature classes, American literature and English.
Okay.
Did you want to say something about your freshman year, why you were missing?
Oh, well, yes, I had quite a awkward start. My freshman year, we had algebra. You know, that was my first class, and that that year we had an epidemic, just like similar to now, and I was in the algebra class, but anyway, I failed to get the fundamentals of it because of a quarantine, that we were quarantined for 6 weeks.
For typhoid fever, right?
Did what?
For typhoid fever.
Yeah, typhoid fever. My sister had typhoid fever, but the rest of us were all quarantined. So I got a bad start on that, and I didn't do well with algebra or geometry for that matter for the rest of my school year. But I passed it, but that's about all. I forgot it as fast as I passed it. So let's see, what else do we do?
They'll ask you.
Sure. What did you do for lunch? What was lunch like in the school day when you were there?
For lunch, see, I lived about 1.5 miles from school. So I walked to school. I mean, so I had to take my lunch. And I can remember fried egg sandwiches, and maybe we didn't have much lunch, because we hoped to have better lunch after school, you know, and we went home. So anyway, but we existed on that, and we had about, let's see, about 1.5 hours, I guess, for lunchtime.
Okay.
But,
That's a nice lunchtime. How long, what were the hours of your school day? Do you remember? When did you start and when were you finished?
well, we had mass at 8 o'clock, which all the classes attended, those who were available, of course. And we did not have bus servers in those days. So some of us walked, and of course, I was one who walked 1.5 miles. There were some in my class who walked as much as 3 miles. And
Okay.
so we got to church at various times, not always on time. Especially in wintertime, it was pretty bad because I can remember getting about halfway to school and I simply lost my legs. I mean, I couldn't feel anything. It was so cold. And so then we went to church to warm up, and that was not easy. I mean,
Now, what time was school?
and then school started, let's see, 8:30, about 8:30 until 3:30 or 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock in the afternoon was our dismissal time. And what was the other?
Did you guys have any sports or extracurricular activities that you took part in?
Yes, we had the only competitive sport that I remember was football. The boys did that, and we also somehow or other belonged to the club, the athletic club of Missouri. I think that's what it was called. And so we had all kinds of things. We'd climb ropes. We would walk the little narrow board, and racing was my chief sport because I was best at it, and I have a reputation for that. So anyway, we competed that way among ourselves, and I can remember I could always beat the boys or anybody. I could run. And let's see, we played our own little baseball and things like that, but we didn't compete with that.
Okay.
So,
What did you do after you graduated from Valley? Tell us your life story. What happened when you left Valley?
Okay, well, that was, let's see, when I left Valley. Well, opportunity was not the greatest, for students who graduate. I mean, we had the only thing that we really had was the Elder Shirt Factory, and that employed quite a few people. Well, I was not a seamstress. I was not good at that, so I didn't attempt that even. But anyway, we had like the usual towns, banks, and the post office, and stores. Look, grocery stores. We had general stores, and then feed stores. See, it was a farming town mostly, farming area. I wouldn't say town, but so anyway,
What did you do?
hmm?
What did you do?
Well, I couldn't find anything that I liked to do. So, but I had um, two aunts who were nuns, and they were nursing nuns, and they were stationed in St. Charles, Missouri. So they decided I should come there and seek my fortune. So anyhow, I went with my uncle. I think he took me to St. Charles, and I was I did various things there. I helped. Well, that today we call them nurses' aides. I don't know what we were called, but anyway, that's what I did. I helped the sisters with their work, and then I also worked in the operating department there. I don't know, remember what I did. Took notes or something. And let's see, what else?
Went to Sanford Brown.
Hmm?
Is Sanford Brown.
Oh, well, and I worked at the hospital for maybe a year, I guess. And then I worked at, well, let's see, I went to Sanford Brown Business College after school. Then I lived with a family in order to maintain myself, because well, let's see, I lived with this family, and there I took care of mostly kids,
Kind of a nanny.
a nanny, I guess you would call, plus take calls and things like that. No, let's see here, where was I now? I lose my track sometimes.
You can tell them that you were the financial secretary
Oh,
for the
well,
WCU.
my job center.
Mhm.
Well, let's see here. I worked at nursing homes mostly. I kind of followed the servicing life, I guess you would call it, because there I was everything that had to be done in the different nursing homes. That was in St. Louis, and
Mother of 5.
You got married.
Got married, mother of 5.
oh well.
Oh, well.
That's important. That's important.
Way ahead of me. Okay, well then after the see, I lost my track.
Right. You got married in St. Charles.
Oh well, yes.
And-
That was after that though.
Right.
Well, anyway, we'll get to that then. I got married then, and then I became a mother of 5 children, 3 girls, 2 boys, and they lived in various places throughout, my earlier life. Well, not yet.
You were volunteer for like Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts.
Yeah. Do you want to know about
The
my
church?
volunteer work? I did a lot of volunteer work. Let's see, it was a hospital. I volunteered in different nursing homes. And what else?
Choir.
Oh, I was scout leaders for boys and girls.
You sang in the choir at church.
Who?
The choir at
Oh,
church.
yeah, the choir at church. I did that. I don't know how good I was, but
You're the oldest member at St. Francis
Oh.
Borgia Parish.
oh, yeah, that's right. Maybe you know about that, but anyway.
I guess that's about it, huh?
Yeah.
I guess so.
Did either of your sons make Eagle Scout?
No.
Did what?
Did David or Art become Eagle Scouts?
Oh, no.
No.
Mm-mm. They became a Cub Scout. And,
What was he? Wasn't somebody a Sea Scout or something?
no.
No?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
He, that was, my scout life was mostly with the little, and Girl Scouts especially. That's when I got, so then we went camping and hiking and that sort of thing.
Hmm.
That was that's about the extent of that. I mean, we had fun. We liked it.
Hmm.
Now let's see what else.
How long have you lived in Washington?
How long have I lived in Washington?
Mhm.
All my married life.
So,
So that
how
was-
long?
Hmm?
Has that been about 80 years then?
Okay.
About 80
Yeah,
years?
I guess so. I never about that. 80. Yeah, I lived. I married a St. Charles man,
Okay.
and then uh, he was a store manager, and he had a store here in Washington. So then, of course, that's how I got to I was in St. Charles, well, during my hospital years, I guess.
This is Mr. Naggard. Judd, he works also with the school. He's in charge of our alumni, and he also is our football coach.
Hello,
Hello,
nice to meet you.
to meet you. But I can hear of you. I can hear you now, I think. Okay.
She was
Proceed.
telling us that back in school, or when she was in school, the only sport they had was football.
Really, the only sport.
I'm sorry.
That was the only sport you had, huh?
Football was the only
The
sport.
only competitive sport. Yeah. Yeah, we played a lot of things, but not competitively. At least I don't remember.
Mhm.
But football was the big thing at that time.
So Miriam, do you follow Valley football? Do you watch what they're doing when you watch the news and all that?
I'm not crazy about football. No, I think that's murder. Murder. No, I have no use for that one.
That's okay.
So
we
Miriam,
Oh, go ahead, Father.
Miriam, if you had advice to give to our seniors who are 18 years old, getting ready to start their life, getting ready to go out into the world, what advice would you give them from someone who's lived so much of life and has seen so much? And what would you tell the warriors of today?
Oh my, I don't know. I wasn't prepared for that one.
That's a deep question.
Oh,
Just
let's
try
see.
to live a Christian life.
Hmm?
Try to live a Christian life and do the best they can.
Yeah, to stay with the faith and
Be kind to
do
one
all the
another.
good service you can give to people and
You always told me, don't forget where you came from.
oh, I didn't think of that. Anything else you want to know? I don't know.
I know you mentioned Mrs. or Alice Grass. Are there any other classmates that you remember? Any friends?
No, I think, well, you see, the problem I don't know just what year this was, I guess in Roosevelt's term, we always had to go to school. How was that?
Till you were 16, right?
Until you were 16. I mean, that was a thing. Then they could quit if they wanted to. Now, my class was a lot bigger when I started, that is in freshman and sophomore year, but it ended a lot less because of this. A lot of the girls quit school,
Mm-hmm.
and then let's see, what was I going to tell you?
About
the girls, you know, they just didn't come back to school. Some went to work, some just stayed home, some whatever. But anyway, the ones that were left then graduated. But I don't know who did this and who did that. I've forgotten that. So
Do you
that's my
remember a
problem
name?
now, is trying to locate the ones that I graduated with. Now Alice Karen was one of my classmates,
Mhm.
but
Can you remember any other names?
no, not that I don't know about. You know, I know about a lot of them who have died, and I wondered if there was anyone left besides Alice. Well, I didn't know about Alice either until now.
Mhm.
Uh, so she and I guess, so far, is that what you found?
Yeah, just so far, just Alice. And I gave her daughters your information, so they're supposed to contact you.
I lost your face. Okay, now.
She said she gave Alice's family your information, and they're
Oh,
maybe going to contact you.
oh, that
We-
would be wonderful.
We went online and we think we found an address because it said St. Anne.
Mhm.
So, you know, I'm thinking that's probably her. But that would be great if that's what you've done.
Yeah. So I was surprised because she and I were very good friends. I mean, more than just classmates. I mean, so you haven't found anyone else, huh?
Not yet, no. We have more trouble finding the list of names of who is in the class. All of the records are in alphabetical order, but not by year. You have to look through every single record to find people from the class of 34.
Do you remember anybody else's name that was in your class?
Oh, yes, I know a lot of them. The name, we started out with Bader and Bowman. Lucille Bowman. I think they called it Bowman in St. Genevieve.
Mhm.
But and then Bader, let's see, wait a minute, and Alice and Vera Drury.
Mhm.
Drury to get here.
Mhm.
And the E's were, I don't think we had any E's. F's, do we have, let's see, no, I don't think we had any F. Grimminger, was she a graduate? Ismay
Okay.
Grimminger. H were the Hooks,
Yeah.
Carl and, I think Carl and John Hook. No, I don't believe he was a grad. I'm not sure that he was a graduate though. See, here's where I'm confused because half of the class left us because of the new law or whatever they called it then. But yeah, H Hooks, I J Jokerst, Jokerst, Harold Jokerst,
Okay.
H
K.
J, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, where am I?
K.
JK. Oh, that was me.
Mhm.
Kiefer and no, that's I think Kiefer and I left out one. The H is Herman, Ellen Herman, but she's deceased. I know. And
L.
hmm?
L.
L. Don't know that we had any L's.
M.
Oh, Miller, Henry Miller.
Oh, mhm.
And well, let's see here. We were on the K's, weren't we? There was me and somebody else that was on a K. I mean, now my cousin went on a Kiefer, but I think she was the one that left us at 16. I'm not sure.
Okay. I can look up her see if we have their records.
She can look up the record if you just have the
Oh.
name.
Mhm.
Went on.
She can look up any of them. She just doesn't have names.
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh,
that's why this is helpful to her.
okay. Well, let's see. Where were we at? K.
M.
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 M. You said Miller?
Oh, yeah. Henry Miller.
I think that's
He was right next to me on the desk line.
Okay.
Let's see.
N?
N. I don't think I remember an N.
Oh,
Is there any naggers?
naggers? Naggers?
No, we didn't.
No.
I didn't have any naggers in my class. I don't. Oh, yes, we did. Oh, yes, we did. What was her first name? I just don't remember the first name. But we did have a nagger, but I too don't know whether he graduated with us or whether he was one of the 16 years old that left us. See.
Mhm.
So let's see. LP. Reams. Did you have the Reams? Walter Ream,
Okay.
Ream, Yvonne Ream. You have them. Let's see, R-S-S-C, no, Siebert. See, there were Sieberts in my class, but I too don't know whether they were graduates or not. See, that's Glennon Siebert would have been in my grade throughout the whole year. I mean, the whole 4 years. But I don't know whether he graduated with us or not. Yes, T-O. I could never say his name. Is T-L-A-P, Talapic or Clapic or what? Okay, we had, I don't know whether there was Charles and Jim, I think, but Charles, I think, was the older. I don't think he graduated. I think it was Jim, or was it the other way around? I'm not sure.
I'll find out. I'll look.
Okay, yeah, okay. T U B, you got the Vera Drury. You got her Drury, didn't you?
Yeah.
She did. I know. We found out that. I guess that accounts for all that I know.
What about any of the Rays?
Yeah.
Mom dated a lot of men named Ray.
This is a popular name in those days because, yes, there was, I don't know, in all walks of my life, there was a Ray.
So were there any in your class?
Yeah, Ray Grass.
Oh,
But
okay.
That was,
Ray
okay, I
Grass,
don't know
okay.
whether, I guess he's dead, right? That's Alice's husband.
Oh, yeah, we don't know.
Okay.
So,
Oh, wait a minute, Ray. Yeah. Oh, I didn't. Sylvia Morrow, do you have her?
okay.
An Amazon. I'm almost sure she graduated with me, but not positive. She might have been the split, I think Sylvia. I guess that's all I can remember. I
Oh,
guess.
that's a
That's
lot.
pretty good.
Yeah, I can go back and I'll find out more information on this list.
Oh, and if I may find some more dirt, but I don't.
If we find some more, do you want us to email them to you?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, see, that would be fine because in the first place, I have 5 kids. So I know, about their classes and things, but I'm getting them mixed up. I don't know who belongs to who.
Mhm.
But
Well, I think just about everybody you named,
wait, I don't think
those names are still in the school here.
I didn't hear you.
I think just about every person you named, there's still someone with that last name in the school right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you hear him?
No.
But every name that you mentioned, there's still somebody in the school with that name.
Oh, I'm sure. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, did I mention the Jokers?
You
too?
did.
Jokers too.
You did.
Yeah.
Well, Miriam, we're so thankful that you took the time to talk to us.
This has been fun.
Well, yeah. We hope if you remember anything else or there's anything else about your time at Valley that was really special to you, you'll share that with us so that we can share it with all the other warriors that are all over, across the world. This was really a lot of fun to get to talk to somebody who was here in those first years of the high school, someone who knew Father Van, someone who knew the good Sisters of St. Joseph. We're really thankful that you reached out to us to see if there was any of the classmates, and very happy that we were able to find one. We're going to keep working, but at least we found one, and just
Hi.
so thankful for you, and thank you, Robbie. And I don't know who the other voice was off screen, but
Mary.
Mary. Okay. Well,
Okay.
thanks, Robbie and Mary, for helping us do this Zoom meeting.
This is our pleasure. It has been fun.
It's
so.
been fun. It's been fun. I've certainly resurrected a lot of memories that I'd forgotten a long time ago.
It's been fun because we've gotten to talk about a lot of things, and that's when we discovered all the boys she dated named Ray.
You didn't have to tell that.
Yes, we did.
We can leave that out of the story. We don't have to put that in the magazine. Well, if you guys ever feel down for a road trip and want to come and see Valley now, we would love to host you down here.
Oh,
If you're
that
ever up
sounds
for a
great.
trip down south.
That sounds great. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. Really.
Nice to meet you.
Worried about it. I didn't think I'd remember anything when I was put on.
Really well. Yeah.
And Robbie, I recorded this, so I will send you a link to the video.
Oh, perfect.
And I'll write up an article for the newsletter, and
Okay.
I will send that to you too, and just make sure, let you edit, in case I've got any information that needs to be changed.
Okay. Could I get you perhaps to text me when you send? I try to think every couple of days to check email, but I'm not always great about that. So
I will text you.
it would be from the phone that I called you from
Perfect.
earlier. So
Okay, I will.
that'd be great. Thank you.
And watch your mailbox. We've got your address, and we were going to send a shirt out to you as Valley shirt and some gear.
Yeah, we're all excited to see that. So, thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Yes, well, enjoy your day.
Good to meet you.
God bless
Thank
you.
you. Bye-bye.
Now we got to figure out how to get out of here. We got in, now we got to get out. So thank you.